Hey, what's going on, you banana-eating Bulbasaurs? Today we're going to be playing some games with ZoroRoc, Lucario, ZoroRoc, Lucario, really. So quite a bit has changed since the last time I showcased my list for this deck. I'm building it out more to beat Mirror Match as well as Zapdos. So yeah, we got like the 2 Grimer in here now, trying to give ourselves a little bit more consistency, getting the Muck out. To help out against the Zapdos matchup. Still got that 4-4 ZoroRoc as usual. Gone down to a 1-1 Lucario because the matchup that's only truly good again is Pikarom. You only really need a 1-1 in that matchup anyways. Still got that 3-3 Lycanroc. Have the Twilight Eyes Lycanroc in here as well for the mirror match. Still rocking the Field Blower. I've added the multi-switch. This is basically mainly a mirror match tech. So we're able to more easily set up Lycanrocs out of nowhere. We don't just have the counter gate. Now we also have the multi-switch. So it's for the mirror match. Get this Lycanroc set up out of nowhere. 4 Nest Ball, 3 Communication, 4 Ultra Ball. I cut a Communication for a second Cynthia. That's what I've been trying out. Not convinced that's the right way to go, but that's what we've been going with. Recently, 4 Ultra Ball is always 1 Stretcher to get the boys back. 1 Pal Pad to get the supporters back. Doing a split on the stadiums between Viridian Forest and Brooklet Hill. Give ourselves a little bit more versatility there. 2 Acerola, as always. I already covered the second Cynthia. 2 Guzma, 1 Judge, 4 Lily, 1 Mallow. Counter Gain still in there. And then 3 Basic Fightings, 1 Rainbow, 4 DCE. So yeah, this build is a little bit more teched out for Zapdos and Mirror Match. Which I think are like maybe the 2 biggest decks right now. We still have a fine Pikarom matchup. Set up the Lycanroc early, follow up with the 1-1 Lucario. And that's basically the matchup there. But yeah. That's really all I gotta say on the list. Let's go ahead and play some games. Into our first game here, we're going second. Opening the Rockruff. 2 Nest Balls, Viridian Forest if we want to throw that down as well. So we got some good options here. They open the Tapu Lele, so not as good of a starting Pokemon as us. They could still have a very good start. We'll see. Nest Ball for themselves. So I assume we're playing against a mirror match right off the bat here, but don't know for sure. The deck box gives it away a little bit, actually. Yeah. So ZoroRoc, Lycanroc, mirror match. I do actually enjoy these mirror matches. I think they're pretty fun most of the time. All right, we're gonna get a Rockruff for the bench, and then grab ourselves a Zorua as well. I'm not gonna go after the Ditto quite yet. Viridian Force is gonna come and play because we're gonna look for a Fighting Energy. Could get rid of the Judge right now. I think I am going to get rid of the Judge right now. Take 2 cards out of the deck that I don't really want to see off of Cynthia, which is the Fighting Energy and the Judge. And attach to the bench Rockruff. If we attach to the active, they could go Hard Retreat and knock out the boy. So we don't want that. It looks like we're going to probably Ultra Ball for a Lele next turn. I could lower the Viridian Forest because I really don't want them to have access to Viridian Forest. So I think I will do that, actually. Goodbye, Viridian Forest. And then pass over to our opponent. We're looking at Ultra Ball in a way. I don't know. Actually, we'll see. The top deck looks like it might become one of the Ultra Ball targets here, actually. Now that we use the Field Blower. Don't want to get rid of ZoroRoc. Don't want to get rid of DC. Don't want to get rid of Lycanroc. So yeah, the top deck looks like it might be the Ultra Ball target in this one. We'll see what our opponent has, though. There's an attach to the Lele and a multi-switch. Alright, so are they just going to be going in with Lele here? They might be. They play the multi-switch themselves, huh? Alright. We're looking at Lele, Guzma knock out the ZoroRoc though. Then with this Lycanroc, I think that's what we're gonna be doing. Then we can also take away this DC off the Lele, so it's kind of like actually like a very good setup here. We got take away the DC from the Lele, and then Guzma knock out their only ZoroRoc in play. We won't be like super set up. We'll only have 1 ZoroRoc in play ourselves, but we'll definitely be in a way better spot than our opponent as they're about to hit our active Rockruff for 60, which is just not very. Not very good at all. Alright. I am going to go ahead and... I think I will actually Nest Ball first here because I don't actually want to draw into basic Pokemon. I want to draw into Guzma, Lele, or cards to Ultra Ball away. So, I don't actually want to draw into a Zorua there. Alright, so we're Ultra Balling away Counter Gain plus a ZoroRoc. I hate getting rid of Counter Gain in the mirror match, but we do have the multi-switch for like a potential comeback. Energy Manipulation card, so that's fine. We probably say 1 ZoroRoc. 1 Grimer. Ooh. ZoroRoc, 1 Grimer. No Nest Balls. We've already seen 3 Nest Balls. Jeez. 1 Lily. 1 Fighting Energy. Nope, that's in play. Alright. So, Lele. Gonna grab that Guzma, like I said. Also could have just like not traded there, but I think the chance of trading into the Guzman is worth the trade. So we're gonna evolve this guy, take away that DC from that Lele. No attacking for you, bud. And then knock out this ZoroRoc here with the AzulGG attack. I guess I could have like looked to not bench Azura though, because now they can respond with counter gain, fighting energy on the Rockruff and knock out our Lycanroc with, oh no, the Rockruff comes up immediately. I feel like they might have the counter gain in hand. And they can just knock us out with the counter game play and GX attack. So I could have actually just looked to not bench the Zorua, just trade first, away one of the Ultra Balls, hold the Nest Ball and overall anyways. Because the Zorua wouldn't be in hand, it would be a Nest Ball. Trade away one of the Ultra Balls, see what I get. Ultra Ball from there, get Lele Guzma. Alright, but there's an Acerola. I mean, that could just be to get the fighting energy back. Well, we'll see what they go with here. Bringing up my ZoroRoc. There's a fighting attachment. We'll see if they have the counter gain as well. I don't really mind if they GX attack my ZoroRoc though. Alright, just gonna be the pass. Do have an Acerola, but that does not pick up our active ZoroRoc. So we could get our rainbow energy still. So we're gonna be digging for that. Gonna trade away the Nest Ball here. I think I want the option of the Ultra Ball a little bit more. Could also just get a DCE. Just getting a DCE here and then hitting this Lycanroc is also like 100% fine. That would be a reasonable play on the turn. Alright, so we're not able to attack the Lycanroc, which is a little bit of a shame. Have to come up with something else to do on the turn. Could still bench this Zorua, so if they go Claw Slash, well, if they go Claw Slash next turn, I don't want to bench anything because I don't want them to be able to one-shot this Lycanroc. So I think we're just going to pass here. We could attach an energy to the other Rockruff, which I guess is probably the best play to do. Yeah, and then pass over to our opponent. We have to deal with this Lycanroc of our opponent, so we can't let this kind of just sit here. We don't want to bench anything because, yeah, if they do have the Claw Slash, we don't want them to then be able to follow up with a GX attack on this Lycanroc. There's a communication from our opponent. Probably going to get a ZoroRoc here. Could also be a Lele for a supporter. I could see that as well. I mean, if they fill their bench, we're definitely going to go for our Lycanroc and GX our opponent. We have that play set up with the Mallow. There's a Let Loose Marshadow from our opponent, so that's definitely going to be coming down this turn. Opting for that over a Tapu Lele seems reasonable to me. Go ahead and grab themselves back a Lily and an Acerola. And then there's the Let Loose. Yeah, if they're able to actually like even Acerola this Lycanroc on the next turn, that would be pretty devastating actually. So I don't know if I maybe want to try and ignore the Lycanroc. I don't know. We'll see what our 4 cards plus our trade gives us. Okay, so we have the Mallow play option still. There's a Lily follow-up from our opponent. And Nest Ball. So it's going to be 3 basic Pokemon in play. That's not 4, though. So yeah, we can't GX the Lycanroc. So I think we're just going to have to go ahead and hit it. Soften it up. We don't really have a choice. We can't really ignore it. I think we'll just lose the game if we ignore this Lycanroc. We can't really prize race our opponent, I don't think, super efficiently. So I think just hitting it is the way to go. Hope they don't have the Acerola. But even if they have the Acerola, it's not like the end of the world. We don't just lose the game. Let's have a look. I kind of want access to Acerola myself. Let's go with trade first, and then I might Mallow put an Acerola Mallow put an Acerola on top. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of having access to an Acerola. I don't want to bench another Lele though. So we'll put that on top as well as a Ditto as the follow-up, I think. We still have Stretcher in here. No, Stretcher's prized. It looks like, yeah. He's rolling to Ditto. Seems fine. I don't think I'm attaching anything anywhere. Just gonna go, well, Splintered Shards. We're gonna be doing 30 damage. Alright, so this is gonna be the AzulGG. A big play from our opponent here would be if they do have actually Kukui Choice Band in hand. If they have that, we're definitely in trouble. Actually, we might just lose. Not like almost instantly lose, actually. So if they have that play, I think we just lose. If they don't, though, game is still going to be cruising for a little while here. Yeah, we put Acerola on top. We can make an Acerola play ourselves next turn. There's a Lycanroc grab from our opponent. So they're going to knock out our ZoroRoc, go down to 2 prize cards. But they're not going to be in the best spot ever, actually. I mean, they'll have to... Finding a way to draw 2 more prizes is actually going to be a little bit difficult, I feel like. We'll see, but another Lycanroc is being set up. I don't know if we can handle another Lycanroc. That sounds pretty tough to deal with, actually. How do we ever handle another Lycanroc? There's the Claw Slash. Acerola is definitely going to have to be a big card here. We don't want to bench anything else. Yeah, Acerola is the big card here, the big player from this point on. I'm going to go ahead and set up this Lele to hit for a little bit extra potentially, and then ZoroRoc for the knockout. We do have the Ditto top deck next turn. Yeah, so we win if our opponent puts another ZoroRoc in play. But there's no reason for them to put a ZoroRoc in play, so they shouldn't put a ZoroRoc in play. So yeah, ZoroRoc should not be coming into play here at all, ever. It's probably just going to be a Claw Slash, and then, yeah, going to be Claw Slash, and then we're going to reset this Lycanroc, hit them with our Tapu Lele for 100, and then we'll be ahead on the, like, the damage exchange, and then another Acerola would be very nice to have. We put Ditto here instead, but I guess we probably should have put double Acerolas with the way this one was looking like it was going to go. Excuse me, Acerola's not in the discard pile, no. So yeah, I think we Acerola are active. I kind of want to take away their DCE. So we could go... If we make this guy a GX, we potentially lose, though. But yeah, he would be able to do 140 with Claw Slash, so we can't do that, actually. So it's just going to be this, Attach Fighting, and then Energy Drive. Definitely want to be able to make one of these into a Lycanroc. I guess I could have put the Ditto down with an Energy as well. That would have been okay. I think we're in the clear. Our opponent shouldn't be able to win this turn. We have game set up on the next turn. But if they have an Acerola, well, if they have an Acerola, the problem with them Acerolaing is they actually can't attack with a Lycanroc if they Acerola this turn. Yeah, they can't actually attack with a Lycanroc if they Acerola this turn. Unlike us, where we have a ton of energy set up and play ready to go. Yeah, they can't actually attack with a Lycanroc if they Acerola. So they'd have to attack with a ZoroRoc, which means we would probably just win the game. There's the Acerola. But like I said, cannot attack with a Lycanroc unless they got something crazy going on in there. I can't even like come up with what they would have to be able to do that. So a really good attacker here would actually be a Tapu Lele if they had a Tapu Lele in play, which they don't. So yeah, that's not going to work for them. Here they go, Bloodthirsty Eyes. Probably going to bring up the damaged Rockruff, I would imagine, knowing that we don't want to evolve that into anything. Oh, they're not going to bring up anything at all. Okay. I mean, that's also fine with me, I guess. Choice Band coming back down. So we are just going to Lycanroc up this, Bloodthirsty Eyes up this Lycanroc. We're going to make sure we hit it for sufficient damage to set up winning the game. We just go through the same game plan. We could also just we could also just knock out this Marshadow with Energy Drive, and I think we'd be in the same spot to win the game, because then we can chase a Zorua, or if it becomes a ZoroRoc on the next turn. But I guess if they don't bench anything and make it a ZoroRoc, we could knock it out. No, we couldn't knock it out with that one either. Could we? How many energy are in here? Just the one, right? Oh, 3. Okay. It's racked up a little bit now. So I think we just go Attach Fighting. Yes. Bring that Lycanroc up. And then could bench. No, we don't want to bench another Pokemon. That would be very bad. And then Energy Drive for 80. Alright. Now we're in, once again, the same spot of, does our opponent have Acerola? They still have one more in deck. They almost for sure play 2. Almost all ZoroRoc decks play 2 Acerola. You never see them not playing 2 Acerola. So they almost for sure have a second Acerola in there. The question is, can they find it? Will they find it? Do they have it already? Whoa. They don't want to put a Tapu Lele in play, but they might have to. We'll see. And this time they don't have a Rockruff on the bench, so they can't immediately protect the energy they would attach to the Lycanroc. So we can go chase and knock out a Rockruff if we want. We can go Lycanroc, bring up the Rockruff, knock it out. So they're still in quite a precarious spot here with their play. We'll see if they can pull this one off. There's a ZoroRoc. Okay, so they're going to put a ZoroRoc in play. Like I said, that pretty much wins us the game, so I think we will be winning here unless our opponent also has a Judge. It's possible they're going to judge us as well, but here's the Wonder Tag. I have to imagine this is going to grab them a Acerola. I can't imagine this ever not grabbing them a Acerola. They probably just Ultra Balled for the Zor because it was like the only Pokemon in their deck that was like reasonable to grab. I imagine that's why they got the Zoroark there. Yeah, there's the Lele for the Acerola. So the Acerola will be happening. There we go. Yeah, this one has devolved into actually a pretty interesting game. This one has actually been pretty interesting so far. So they could have sent up Lele here and hit us with Lele, which I think would have been the better play from our opponent, and then force us to have an Acerola, because we can't actually, well, we could actually knock this out if we went another DC Choice Band, but we have to have another DC and a Choice Band, which is something that's always possible that we just don't have. So I think that would have been a better play from our opponent. Okay, so we can Bloodthirsty Eyes and knock out that Rockruff. And then I think we're still in the same spot to be able to win the game. I guess they could have ZoroRoc DCE Choice Band knock out this Lycanroc. So I think we can fix that by going Lele for our second Acerola. I think that's going to definitely be the move. It's funny how there's like no Zoroarks in play right here at all. Yeah, pick that up. We don't want it to get knocked out. Put him back down. Put that back down. Attach again to the Rockruff. Could Palpad for one Acerola, one Guzma. Yeah, I kind of like that right now. Acerola and a Guzma. And alright, same spot. Could put this in play as well, but then we give our opponent access to Brooklet Hill, which I really don't want to do actually. And then Energy Drive for the knockout. Alright, once again, I think we have this one locked up. We'll see if our opponent has any more tricks up their sleeve. They could hit us with a Kukui Choice Band, ZoroRoc DCE. We would not have any way to deal with that. That is one thing we could not actually deal with. If they have, I guess we could have probably looked to knock it out with the Lycanroc actually, and then we would have avoided that situation. Yeah, we could have done that. We actually should have attacked. We should have Claw Slashed this with Lycanroc, because then we wouldn't be in a situation where a ZoroRoc Choice Band DCE Kukui would knock this out. So mistake there from us, or on my end for sure. Definitely should have done a claw slash, because that would protect our Lele from the potential of being knocked out by, what is it, the Kukui Choice Band play. They had the DC and the Choice Band, so this makes me think they just don't play Kukui. Otherwise, going for that play I think was definitely the play to go for, because they know I have a Lycanroc in hand, which means I can just gust something up and most likely knock it out. Especially with the way I've been attaching my energy, says that I have more energy in my hand. So definitely a misstep from our opponent if they do play Kukui. Because, yeah, they just know I have a Bloodthirsty Eyes Lycanroc in hand. And the way I've been attaching my energy kind of says that I have more energy in my hand. Rockruff comes back down. I don't think it's going to make a difference. They've already committed their energy as well as that Choice Band. Like I said, I think that was their only win condition if they do play Kukui. But they might just not play Kukui. There's a Mallow. So, yeah, that's not a Kukui. So there's pretty much no way for them to win on this turn, I don't think. They probably don't play the Kukui. They're a little bit heavier into the fighting Pokemon. The Mysterious Treasure is interesting. They do play the Devoured Field, though, so that kind of makes me think they do play Kukui. I don't know, man. They're all over the place. Mysterious Treasure, Devoured Field. I'm not going for the Kukui play. Who knows? But yeah, anyways, we're going to close this one out here. Knock out that Rockruff once again. Just got to keep him down. Can't let him even get close to any of Lycanroc. And yeah, we're going to take a dub here in this first game in the mirror match. Interesting list from our opponent with the Let Loose as well as the treasures, but we're able to prevail in the end. Another one here. We did mulligan once and are unfortunately opening up the Grimer. This is why we do play the Division Grimer, so we can potentially get out another one depending on what we're playing against. And it looks like we are playing against a Jirachi base deck, which means they probably have what's it called, which means we want that second guy in play. Gonna go ahead and get rid of a Lucario here. Gonna be that Lele for the what's it called? Also gonna use the Brooklet Hill. Lele for Lily. We're only gonna have one spot bench space for a Zorua, but I think we'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Brooklet Hill. Gonna get ourselves a Rockruff. I could not bench the second Grimer. That doesn't seem right though. Yeah, so only one bench space for our potential Zorua, which we don't even have yet. There he is. Alright, we're chilling. All kinds of setup for options next turn. As long as our opponent knocking out our active is what we really want our opponent to do. If they don't, we're going to have to kind of come up with some plays from there. But yeah, hopefully they knock out our active. That would be ideal for us, actually. And generally, the easiest knockout for the Zapdos player is the active Pokemon, so I would be surprised, actually, if the Grimer does not get knocked out here, I think. So yeah, I think it looks like a Zapdos Jolteon build. So I think this one is a pretty favorable matchup for us, as long as we are able to set up, which we've already set up pretty reasonably so far. Just kind of snowball stuff from there. think we might, there's an escape rope, so I think we push up the other Grimer here. We actually, I think, want them, I was saying, I think we actually want them to KO our Grimer here so we can kind of have a useful Pokemon in play. But they're going to go ahead and focus down the Grime guy. Alright, goodbye. Goes Zorua. Draw for turn. Evolve to Zork. I think we are going to go with the Mallow play here. Gonna check my deck real fast. We want Muck as well as a draw supporter, I think, to kind of reset the hand. Could just go with an Acerola as well. That wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, Muck Acerola is pretty good, actually. I like that. I can dig that. Trade away the Ultra Ball. Zorua, Muck. I think the only potential of them having a big play next turn would be this Eevee. So we're just going to go KO this Eevee here, I think. Yeah, I think the only potential of them having like a big play on their turn would be utilizing the Eevee. So we're just going to go ahead and knock it out, get it out of the way. And also protects our fighting energy on our Lycanroc. So it does a couple things there. And there's the concession from our opponent. I'm not too surprised. We had a really good start. Not like a ridiculously good follow-up. We only got the one Zorua out, but we were able to set up turn 2 Muck, and we kind of just, and then the matchup just kind of turns into a cruise sesh from there for us, having like that reasonable of a start. And if our opponent doesn't have like Guzma double E power KO Muck on that turn, it's super rough for our opponent, and then we have the Acerola as a follow. So I'm not really surprised our opponent concedes there. But yeah, that's kind of how you want to play out the opening, at least for the Zoroark in the Zapdos matchups. And it looks like they were playing a Jolteon build, not the Zap Beast. So their comeback potential was minimal, if none at all. Getting to a final game here, up against the Celesteela. I don't know how I feel about this matchup. I don't think I've ever really played this matchup before. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Zork. We don't have the Oranguru in here, which is definitely a very good Pokemon to have. Setting up the Muck's pretty important to shut down the Shaymins. Get rid of the Mallow and the Ultra Ball here. Go ahead and grab the Ditto. DCE to Zorua, and then a Lele for Lily. Yeah, but I feel like this matchup has to be definitely tough. We're looking for our Acerolas. Try and chain those. Shut off the Shaymins with the Muck. We don't want that extra healing going down. Yeah, so we have a game plan. How easy we'll be able to execute it is a whole nother story. Grab another Zorua, I think. The Lucario is also probably pretty good in this matchup. We don't have to look to use that just yet. Yeah, go ahead and pass over to our opponent. Yeah, all right. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this one kind of shakes out here. Like I said, I don't think we're favored at all. And depending on if they run Enhanced Hammers and Crushing Hammers, we could definitely be in trouble. Running us out of DCEs. Okay, there's definitely Crushing Hammers. And the Judge Whistles and the Acrobikes. We know that for sure. They also play Grass Energy, something we also know for sure. It looks like that. Getting rid of Crushing Hammer was definitely for the Cynthia. Alright, Netball. So they're not out of the game yet. This should be grabbing them. Yep, there he is. The man himself, the Celesteela. And he's beginning to get set up here. Alright, we definitely want to chase that this turn, ideally. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw Viridian Force in play. Utilize it, getting rid of probably the counter gain. I don't think I'm going to be able to utilize that very well. I don't know if I'll be able to utilize the Nest Ball either. I probably should have got rid of the Nest Ball, actually. Tetrar active. And then Cynthia, I don't really care if they have access to this. Do I? I could have Field Blower. I probably want to save the Field Blower for a band, though. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and trade away. Either the Rockruff or the Lily. I think I'm gonna go with the Rockruff here. Might want to use Lily next turn as a draw supporter. There is the Lycanroc. So I think we do want to pull this up and just kind of hit it. I don't see a reason not to. We have to start hitting it at some point, I feel like. So better sooner than later. We don't have a way to shut off the Shaymins yet, though, so we maybe just want to deal with the Shaymin. No, I think we want to actually just go chase the... Yeah, I think we just want to go chase that Celesteela and just start punching it. I think it's our only our only route to victory here is just constantly bringing up the Celesteela and then just kind of punching it. Hopefully they whiff a DCE this... never mind. Yeah, never mind. There's a Shaman. So we really want, the one card we want here is AzulGG. AzulGG is the card we're after here. Smooth Erica's there. They did get 2 Shamans out. And we're just going to try and work our way through this Celesteela. It's going to be quite the task, but definitely doable. And that's really our only route to victory, really. Our only route to victory is going to be through the Celesteela. Not over it, not around it. It has to be through the Celesteela. So that's going to be our game plan. Get through this this Celesteela. All right. Draw another DCE. So we could plan to just hard retreat this turn into a ZoroRoc. I kind of don't hate the idea of that. I could like Ultra Ball away these 2. Grab a ZoroRoc. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with the idea of like hard retreating. And then hitting that Celesteela. Now the trading starts. Ultra Ball for the Muck. Unless we draw into it, then we can Ultra Ball for another ZoroRoc. It's going to be Ultra Ball for the Muck. What do we get rid of, though, now? I think it's going to be Nest Ball, this guy. Get ourselves that Muck. Stop the healing of the Shamans. It has to stop, man. It's got to stop at some point. And then, yeah, here we go. Hard retreat. 120. Unfortunately, the Viridian Force is still in place, so they can't whiff Grass Energy next turn. So I probably should have Field Blower that. Well, no, I got to save the Field Blower for the buff padding. Like, I keep coming back to that, but I'm like, wait a second. How are we going to get rid of buff padding without the without the Field Blower? So, no, we have to save it for that, I guess, still. All right. So now we're going to be looking for AzulGG from here on out, and hoping if our opponent finds Crushing Hammer, they don't hit heads. That's also a big hope for us. They're probably going to GX attack this turn, though, if I had to guess what was going to go down. Probably going to be the GX attack here. And then we want to kind of eventually look to sculpt our bench to have room for a Riolu and a Like It and a Rockruff. So we can make the play of attack with Lucario, then Guzma, hard retreat, and then Gust Effect the Celesteela back into the active is like a play we want to potentially make, and then GX attack with the Lucario. It's a very hard play to set up, but it is possible to set up. Yeah, there's the Evergreen. It's possible we can just AzulGG them out of the game as well. I don't know. We'll start with trading here and see what it gets us. There's an AzulGG, so that's definitely going to be our play this turn. Start with the trades. Trade away that. We'll have room for Riolu on the bench now. AzulGG are active. Send up the Zorua. Fall to the ZoroRoc. Trade away the Ditto at this point because I think Muck generally sticks in play for the whole game at this point. They do play a couple Guzmas, but it's hard for them to find them. I'm not going to Field Blower away the Stadium yet just because I really want to Field Blower away the buff padding as well when we get the chance to do that. So that's what we're going to kind of wait for. Wait for the opportunity to Field Blower away the buff padding. We could have also hit with a Tapu Lele here, I guess. Yeah, there's the Judge. Yeah, we definitely could have hit with Tapu Lele here. I probably should have hit with Tapu Lele here because it does a little bit more damage. Or does it do about the same? Actually, it does the same amount of damage. So I guess this is fine overall. Netball. There's the second Celesteela. Now this is where the game gets hard, when they're able to set up, find and set up the second Celesteela. That's where it gets difficult. And here's the Pollen Hazard. Alright. I need the AzulGG. Let's see what our top deck is. Heads. Nice heal of the burned. Okay. Trade away Judge. Probably should trade away the ZoroRoc, actually. Alright, there's the AzulGG. Trade away ZoroRoc. Yeah, we're going to be hitting him with Tapu Lele here, I think. Okay. AzulGG. Could hit it with... yeah, I'm going to hit it with Tapu Lele here. I don't see a reason not to hit it with Tapu Lele. Then I'm going to bench the Rockruff, I think, to set up for that game plan that I was describing earlier. We could go for that later, actually. We still have time. So, yeah, Energy Drive, 90 damage. Another 90 damage will finish it off. So, got to the point where we do knock this thing out. But there's the Gardenia. All right. One turn behind once again. And there's another Pollen Hazard from our opponent. No surprise there. Did heal. We might just go ahead and swing through this one. I don't know. Because we want to set up that Lucario play. Start with some trading here. going to trade the ZoroRoc here because we have a ZoroRoc left. I kind of want to keep everything else. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and bump this, attach the fighting here, and then yeah, I think we're just gonna try and swing through. Good heads here. All right, 120 to the Celesteela, and we're able to start setting up for that Lucario play that I was talking about earlier. So they can knock us out with the Celesteela if they want, and then we'll have the knockout with the Lucario. And then if that Celesteela attacks into the Lucario, we can set up for the play where we can actually knock out a Celesteela on the following turn. It would come down to like if they can remove energy from play on our side of the field, though. Oh no, there's the Guzma. Going after the Riolu. Okay, this is actually fine with me. We can stretch it for the Riolu, Lycanroc, and Lele back maybe. So stretch it for 3. Get Riolu, Lycanroc, and a Rockruff. I think we might have to trade this Rockruff. Gonna get the Riolu. Let's check our energy. Just 1 DCE left. So we prize 1 fighting. Grab the Riolu. And we will be knocking out. Excuse me. This first Celesteela here. I think I'm just gonna hit here and not attach any. Well, I think I could attach the Rainbow actually here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That sets up for the play we're trying to set up for. And then, yeah, Energy Drive, knock out 3 prize cards. And we're getting a little bit closer to potentially being able to win this one. Still in a really tough spot, though. Like, this matchup is just ridiculously tough, I feel like. Here comes their Celesteela, their second Celesteela. And there's a concession, so we are able to beat it here in the end. I imagine that means they top decked nothing. So we would have got a free hit on that Celesteela there. I don't think they needed to concede quite yet. And if I was them, I definitely would have sent up a Shaman for a turn. We had the Guzma, so we definitely would have chased down the Celesteela. But I think they still had a decent chance of winning that one for sure. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it on my video for the updated ZoroRoc Lucario build. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give the video a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to my Twitch live stream, as well as social media in the description below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.